Date this morning so far, more than 11,000 acres blackened and some 3 buildings at least and a travel trailer have been destroyed. So Elena is joining us right now with the latest on the firefight. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Yeah, unfortunately 0% containment this morning, and unfortunate update that it has grown to over 11,000 acres now. But there is some good news to report. With the winds dying down overnight and in the early morning hours, crews were able to use helicopters to do some water drops yesterday. So that is some good news. But as you can see from our Arizona family map of the Greer Fire, the gusty winds have continued to be a challenge for crews. And the fire has grown from 7,000 acres to burning over 11,000 in the last 24 hours. So I'm going to go into a closer look of the fire. If we go to where this red outline is of where the Greer Fire is burning, the problem here is that the wind keep blowing those embers to the east as well as to the north. So what that is doing is that it's creating hot spots to pop up, and that's not good when it comes to trying to contain a fast-growing wildfire. Knowing families in Greer, Eager, and parts of Springerville are scared and anxious for their homes. Several utility companies met last night in Payson and held a wildfire mitigation town hall to try to figure out how to prevent future wildfires. President and CEO of Navajo Electric Cooperative, the company that powers the White Mountains and eastern Arizona, shared a wildfire update and provided insight for the investigation into what sparked this fire.
Unfortunately, we don't know yet. I know they're doing investigations. Today, we're trying to figure out where it started and all that. So you'll hopefully get that here in a week or so.
The company also said it de-energized its equipment when the fire sparked and hasn't turned it back on since. So there are still a lot of people without power this morning. So if you, your family, or friends are still in need of resources, we have a list of shelters and resources we can connect you to on our Arizona Family website to help you navigate this wildfire. Of course, our top priority, Colton and Tess, is that we want to make sure that everyone is staying safe. So that's why, on top of trying to get you updates from fire crews from their morning briefing, we're going to continue our live coverage on the grounds, on the fire lines with Michaela Castillo throughout Good Morning Arizona.
All right. Thank you so much, Elena.
Well, the Bureau of Land Management is now enforcing Stage 2 fire restrictions in Apache and Navajo counties because of the increased fire activity and, of course, the extreme drought conditions. Now, they join a growing list of locations across the state under enhanced restrictions. So what does Stage 2 mean? Well, that means no campfires, even in established campgrounds, no smoking except in an enclosed vehicle or building, also no shooting fireworks, fireworks are never allowed, no target shooting, I should say, also not allowed on federal or state land.
Meanwhile, we know there's continued road closures in the area, especially Highway 260 going into Greer. So let's check in with Ian, who's monitoring traffic for us this morning.
Hey, good morning. This area is going to be closed for at least the weekend and probably into next week. We are talking about the 260. So as you approach Greer, you cannot do that, and it's closed past 260. And then, of course, the state routes heading south off of the 260, those are closed. So how do you get around this? Maybe you need to get to Eager. It's pretty simple. So if you're up by Shola, you just take the 60 and take the 60 east a little bit. It is going to add some time, but it's not a terrible workaround. And then you could get back on the 60 and take that over into New Mexico. But this is going to be an issue probably until the fire is put out. So I would plan on this closure in place for the weekend into next week and possibly getting into Memorial Day weekend. We'll see how fast crews work, and of course we'll keep you updated on any changes.
Thank you, Ian, for the latest developments on the Greer Fire. Be sure to download our AZ Family News app or go to azfamily.com. As soon as any conditions change or we get any updates, we'll send a push alert straight to your phone.